Hi, this is Tim, just me today from Travel Fit. We're a YouTube channel, as you probably know. This is Tim's Opinions, or Tim Pinion, or whatever you want to call it, where I go through what's happening in the tri world. So welcome back. My Hawaii video was quite popular, so I thought I'd have another crack at this. Cam Wurf, now an Aussie, so I love him. Amazing athlete. So he actually went to the Olympics as a rower, a lightweight rower. I think in the pairs, so two of them, rowing in the same boat. So he went to the Olympics for that. He then became a pro cyclist and raced with a pro team. He did many years as a pro cyclist. And now, obviously, he's a pro triathlete. So, God, talk about doing it all. Very, very impressed. But the latest with Cam Wurf, and he got 5th at Hawaii this year, which is awesome. I'd probably put him a little bit in that Lionel category where I'm not sure if he can win it, but shit, he's good. But he wants to now have a crack at the Olympics next year, representing Australia, of course. I remember Chris McCormack did that years ago. In 2010, I think, when he won his last Hawaii, he thought, I'm going to have a go at the Olympics, see if I can make the team. And, you know, he was too old, as sorry, Wurf, I think you are. He can't, the speed of those guys is ridiculous. He's not going to match them. He doesn't swim well enough, and he doesn't run well enough, bottom line. They might as well take the bike out of ITU triathlon. It's a waste of time. You've got to be able to swim, get out in that front pack, and then you've got to put it together for the run and win it. The bike, who cares? It's a crit race. You know, it's destroyed the sport, I reckon, but that's what's happened to it. So, Wurf, mate, your two weak legs are the two that matter in short course. So, good luck, but I don't like your chances, mate. Staying with Wurf, I like his arrogance. He reminds me a lot of Chris McCormack. Chris McCormack was super arrogant, but you know what? He could put his money where his mouth is. He could actually then go win. So I remember before he won, this is Chris McCormack, won the 2010 Hawaii, he was bagging Craig Alexander, fellow Australian, but he was saying, look, Craig, you're a good athlete, but you can't ride. And that was the truth then. And he actually, he beat him, he won it. So Cam Wurf's a bit like that. If you see him in interviews, he'll bag his competitors a bit. Do it, but you've got to win the bloody thing. So, you know, arrogance is good to a certain point. I think you need to adjust your arrogance to your performance. So, you know, hence why I don't race. All things happening in the tri world. So, let's start back to Hawaii. Daniela Reef, I found out since my last video, was crook, or sick, for those who don't know what crook is, Australian term. Someone actually commented on my last video saying she was sick, so that's understandable. So, you know, how was she ever gonna win if she's sick? The fact that she even finished is probably smart, or maybe not. Personally, I think if you're sick, why race? You know, that's the truth of it. Marinda Carfrae pulled out because she wasn't going well. So, you know, I don't think there's any shame in pulling out if you're sick. Delay the damage. So that's what happened to Daniela. So she'll be back because she's a tough chick. Lionel Sanders, I didn't mention him. Now, everyone loves Lionel. He's a cool dude. He keeps triathlon long course fun. Everyone likes to know what's going on with him. He's an emotional character. And he wears his heart on his sleeve. You can see that in his videos. Personally, I watch his videos. He is emotional. There's not much more I can say about dear old Lionel. Now, he can't win Hawaii. Sorry, Lionel, if you ever watch this, you probably won't, but he's not going to win it. He apparently used to be a drug addict or something. So he's compulsive. Used to be with drugs, and now it's with triathlon. And he's come a long way in a short time. I'm impressed with what he does. You know, he's strong as, but you know, I just think he's too big. Now he's leaned right down, and even his body fat. When I say too big, he's probably carrying a little bit too much muscle. He is lean. You can see that. He's happy to get his shirt off every opportunity he gets. But you see him when he's out there racing, he just looks a bit big, muscly to me, and I just don't think there's any place for carrying excess muscle in triathlon, particularly long course. So my prediction is he won't win Hawaii. I saw not an interview, some tri coach did a review on him and agreed that he couldn't win Hawaii. Top 5, absolutely, but, you know, I just don't think he's going to have the run pedigree. I've seen footage of him on the bike and he just looks wrong. Now, I don't know if it's his fit or, again, his knees seem to go out at the top of the pedal stroke, and he looks a little bit big. Maybe he's too aero. Maybe he can't maintain that position. He has always struggled on the bike, but when I say struggle, with his fit, not with his power, I mean, I reckon he's probably chucking out 50 watts more than everyone else, because he just doesn't look comfortable. And if you don't look comfortable, how can you be comfortable? I just think so many people try to get aero versus being comfortable. Comfortable is where it's at. You're on the bike in Hawaii for 4.5, 5 hours. I mean, shit, if you can't be comfortable, what hope have you got? So I'm not sure if Lionel has a coach. He, last year with his dismal performance, came back and was going to do everything differently. But from what I can see, he hasn't really changed a lot. I'm not sure if he has a coach. If he hasn't, get one. And also, ditch the indoor training, Lionel. For fuck's sake, what are you doing? It's the endless pool. What is that? It's a marketing ploy. Someone who makes it's probably doing all right, but in reality, becoming a good swimmer, I think it's a waste of time. Maybe if you put a camera under the water and you can see what your swimming stroke's like, maybe, but you know, it's not the real world. Piss it off. Get out in a pool, get out in the open water. Same with his treadmill runs and his indoor trainer sessions. You know, get out in the real world. I just think you got to ditch that, mate. What would I know? I hear you all say, but that's my opinion. Okay, next topic. So this weekend will be the Xterra World Championships. I'm going to do a video on Xterra because a lot of you are going, what the fuck is Xterra? Well, to simplify, it's an off-road triathlon, so swim, mountain bike, trail run. It's actually been going for, I reckon, 30 years now. And some of the great triathletes over the years have actually won it. It's never really gained momentum. I think a lot of people think it's a bit extreme. It's not. It's tough work. I've actually done Xterra a lot myself, including Hawaii, and it is a hard bloody race. There's a few changes this year. They're going to a 2-lap course with a lot more overtaking opportunities. So previously you came out of transition and you went straight into this single track. And the year I did it, I was just stuck behind 100 riders. You could not overtake for probably 20 minutes. So I think that's a good thing. The men's race should be awesome. There's 4 world champions racing it. So 4 of them who have previously won it going head to head. So I won't harp on much more about that, but I reckon that's going to be a cool race. So that's on this weekend. So the 70.3 World Championships next year are going to be in New Zealand. Our good mates just across the water there. And they're actually going to do it after Hawaii. So previously it was always September. It was always about a month or so before Hawaii. This year it's going to be after. So I understand why they've done that. New Zealand's got shit weather. All those people in the Northern Hemisphere who think it's this warm tropical place. It's not. It's freezing shit of a joint. And they're moving it to November, I would say, purely because of the weather. September in New Zealand will be cold and be windy and probably raining. So that's why they've done that. Now, I'm not sure if that's going to help the field. I think a lot of people obviously will prioritise Hawaii, and how many will then try to back it up to New Zealand. Now, if they do, I don't think it's going to be a gold race for them. They'll like, you know, what the hell, I'll go have a crack at it. But I don't think they'll do that well at it. Probably a bad choice to have the world champs. Sorry, Kiwis, but I think it needs to stay in September. It's a good build-up race for Hawaii. And if the weather's shit, don't do it there. Okay, Super League was on the weekend, so that's staying with Chris McCormack. He's getting a lot of mention in this video. He put that together. So it's off the back of what used to be called the Grand Prix Series here in Australia back in the late 90s, early 2000s. And it was awesome. It was prime time Sunday afternoon viewing. And they'd have the best triathletes in the world doing the same format that they're doing in Super League. So it was short, sharp, and furious, and it was fantastic to watch. So Macca actually did that in the early days, back when he was probably still a junior, and now he's put together this Super League, and it's awesome. I love it, but it's very predictable. It really suits a certain athlete, and the certain athletes won again. So on the men's side, you've got Vincent Louis, or Lewis, or however you want to say his name, the Frenchman. I mean, he is strong. You know, he is just a powerhouse. You've got to love watching him. But he's going to win. I can't see anyone beating him. On the ladies' side, you have Katie Safaris. She's just dominant. She's just a powerhouse. And that style of short, sharp racing really suits those sort of athletes. So I can't see that changing there. I also think those two are probably favourites for winning the gold at the Olympics next year. So that's who I'd be putting my money on if I was a betting man. They did something different where they had an individual time trial on the bike. And depending where you finished was where you started in the final race. So if you were first, you'd be first off. And if you were second by 3 seconds, you'd be 3 seconds later and so forth. It was pretty interesting. They call it the equaliser because it's true. Normally on the bike, people can just draft. But if you're not a strong cyclist, this will affect you. So a great format, Macca, if you came up with that. Big fan, love it. So on the weekend, there was a 70.3 in Shanghai. A week after Hawaii, or 2 weeks, whatever it is. A week, actually, which is interesting. Couple of mentions there. Cam Brown, who's now 47 years old. He's almost my age. He got second. I mean, God, that boy just doesn't stop. Good on him. 47 and still racing. So is actually Craig Alexander, I see, just won a race somewhere. I mean, these aren't top tier races, but who cares? Like, unbelievable. Imagine still going that fast at that age. Take my hat off to him. Second for him, and Tim O'Donnell did it a week after his second place in Hawaii, and he finished 5th, which is a credit to him. He'd be pretty tired. The speed's got to pick up a little bit when you go to 70.3, so hats off to you too also, Tim. Good idea, mate. Why you did it, I can only assume you were contracted to do it or something like that, but, you know, top 5, pretty cool. Okay, so thanks for watching. You've got to subscribe. More subscribers we get, the more you guys will get recommended to watch our videos. So please subscribe, like, definitely comment. Last video was one of our best videos we've done, and I had a lot of comments, a lot of them bad. That's all right. I don't care. Give it to me. I've got thick skin. I can handle it. Agree, disagree, just comment. So thumbs up. Thanks for watching.